So I'm standing at one of the most beautiful places in the Willamette Valley. I'm here at Schreiner's Iris Garden. I'm here with Steve Schreiner. How are you, Steve?
I'm fine, William. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. So I have a couple of questions. This was a weird year for gardening in general. I'm wondering, was there any big effect on the irises here?
Yeah, I would say there was the fact that we didn't have enough of a sustained winter. We need around 90 days of 40 to 50 degree weather. We didn't have that, so this display garden itself isn't quite as prolific a bloom, robust plants, big, but still, all in all, the bloom is still magnificent. The fields look great. They look as good as they always have. So
well, and I have to say that from my perspective, not being a professional iris grower, stunning. I mean, I can't tell the difference myself, but as a professional, I'm sure you see all of the differences that happen. So for the home gardener, would we see a lot ourselves generally that's been different?
Well, one thing, it did start earlier. The way it looked, it seemed like the peak bloom was going to be much, much earlier than it actually was, which was maybe about a week ago. But nothing other than that, really. Irises are really hardy plants, and
they are.
And we have had a lot of cool nights, so now it's starting to be closer. We should have another good almost 2 weeks of bloom yet.
Nice. Yeah. Well, and speaking of the hardiness of irises, there's all this talk about the future and drought and water shortages, and irises, my experience is they do pretty well with that. Is that accurate?
That's true. The only time they really need water is when you move them, which normally is the summer or fall. Other than that, once they're established, they don't need water, so that's ideal for them. I think, as you were pointing out, you saw a lot of them in where was it, Texas?
Dallas,
they were
Texas,
thriving.
yeah, in the alleyways.
I try to stay out of the alleyways, but
and you've done a very good job of that, Steve. So now this weekend, though, is a big festival happening. Tell us about some of the things that are going on.
Yeah, we always have our Memorial Day is our one big event as far as the Capital City Jazz Band playing, which I guess is going to be their swan song this year. And that's noon to 4 on May 25th, Monday, Memorial Day. And then the Knights of Columbus, Jervis puts on a barbecue chicken dinner. That's the same day. And but the whole weekend we're going to have an art fair with about 5 booths of different artists. And
nice.
We're also going to have the wonderful Meth Van Vineyards of Newburgh. They're going to be pouring wine again, and I'm hoping I can get in line before it's all gone.
I'm sure that you will. So speaking of celebration, you guys are also celebrating 90 years, right?
That's right. That's really a big milestone for us. 90 years, my gosh. 3 generations. My nephew Ben is the 4th generation. He's working here, and so. Yeah, we're looking back on our ancestors. Our grandfather, F.X. Schreiner, that started this as an avocation in 1925 in St. Paul, Minnesota. And he just got to love iris so much, he said he would give his future in eternity if he could have 50 more years of growing iris, but he only had 6. And so I would have given my life for 6. Instead, I've had 50. But anyway. And then it was the previous generation that really built the business. My dad, Gus, Uncle Bob, and our Aunt Connie that ran it for about 50 years and moved out here in 1946 from Salem, Oregon, and really did all the hard work to build this into what it is. And so we're fortunate to be able to carry it on. And we certainly enjoy having all the visitors like yourself come out. It's William, isn't it? So.
It is, Steve. That 90 years was hard on you, wasn't it?
Starting to go.